Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to be learning about idioms. Idioms are phrases or words that we don't use in everyday life, but they're phrases that people say and we have to interpret what they mean. I drew a piece of cake, actually, a cake with a piece of cake missing from it. Has anyone ever heard the phrase piece of cake? Piece of cake, when someone refers to that phrase, it means that it was just easy. So if someone says that was a piece of cake, it actually means that was kind of easy. Idioms are common phrases that have different meanings from the actual words used. I'm going to show you a list of idioms, and you are to draw a picture and illustrate the literal meaning of it, what it really means. I'm also going to show you two pictures to the left of me. Here's a picture of a little girl under a rainstorm, and here's a picture of a boy in bed with a thermometer. So, has anyone ever heard the phrase, it's raining cats and dogs? It doesn't really mean it's raining cats and dogs. It just means it's raining like a lot. So that is a phrase or a sentence that you can write for that picture. This picture is a boy in a bed, and apparently he is sick. So, have you ever heard the phrase under the weather? Under the weather just means it's someone not feeling good. On the bottom here, we have a few words, and next to it in pencil, I wrote what they mean. I knew at least every single one of these. Maybe I didn't know one. I'm going to keep that one to myself. But let's go over them. A piece of cake could mean something was easy. Bite off more than you can choose. Chew means something was complicated, or maybe someone took on something that was just a little too much. Crack someone up, it just means that you're laughing. Drive someone up the wall could mean you're driving someone crazy. Hit the nail on the head means that you got the right answer. Back to the drawing board could mean something that you did not turn out right. So a phrase you would use would be, let's go back to the drawing board. Cat got your tongue could mean someone who's quiet and not speaking. So a phrase that you can use is, what's the matter? The cat got your tongue? Just means you're being quiet. Raining cats and dogs could mean that one. Wear your heart on your sleeve could mean that you're letting people know what you feel. You can't judge a book by its cover. That's a popular one. So just because something doesn't look good doesn't mean it isn't good. So that could mean that phrase. Moving over, I'm on top of the world. You're happy, so something good happened to you, so you're on top of the world. The next one is the one that I wasn't sure about. I've never used that one. I'm in a pickle. But what that means is that I'm in a difficult situation. So if I'm in trouble, I'll walk in and I'll say, I'm in a pickle. So that's what that means. The next one is, I'm feeling blue. So if you're sad, depressed, lonely, and someone says, oh, what's the matter? And you say, oh, I don't know, I'm feeling blue. That's what that one means. You ever hear the phrase go in one ear, out the other? Let's say someone's telling you a secret, and they say, don't say anything to anyone. And you say, it's in one ear and out the other, which means I heard it and now I forgot it. The next one is, that's a piece of cake. That's the cake that I drew, which means it's delicious, it's easy, it's fun. The next one might be, give me a hand. For example, if I go to my car to get a case of water and I take one of you students with me to help me, I'll say, can you come and give me a hand? Doesn't mean you're giving me your hand, it just means you're helping me. Under the weather, that one fits that picture. Break a leg. You ever are going to sing on a stage, or you're going to perform a little skit and someone says break a leg? Doesn't mean break a leg. It just means good luck. You're pulling my leg. If I'm telling you a story and it's unbelievable and I say to you, you're pulling my leg, doesn't mean you're actually pulling my leg. It just means, are you kidding me? Pass the buck. Pass the buck doesn't mean I turn over some money. It just means shifting the responsibility somewhere else. Moving over. You ever hear the phrase, get off your high horse? It just means that you're arrogant and you need to settle down. Another common phrase is give the cold shoulder. You ever walk in a place and no one's talking to you and you just feel like someone's giving you the cold shoulder? It just means that someone's ignoring you. Another phrase is talk a mile a minute. That just means you're doing some excessive talking. Another one is elbow grease. That one I hardly ever use, although I should use that one more because it just means hard work. Another one might be, let's say, for example, Miss Conti leaves the room and she's going in the building and she says, Mrs. Perez, hold down the fort. Hold down the fort means keep an eye on things. That's all. Hit the ceiling when you do something wrong and you're sitting in the office with Mr. Animal and stuff is about to hit the ceiling. It just means Mr. Animal is angry or you're about to be in trouble. Another phrase is spitting image. That one could be used if you have a little sister or a little brother and he looks like your mom and dad and someone says, wow, he or she is the spitting image of you. It just means a look-alike. Another popular one is tie the knot. If someone's getting married, you might hear that phrase. They're tying the knot. That just means they're getting married. Another phrase is out of the blue. If you ever said something that someone wasn't expecting to hear, you can use a phrase that says out of the blue without warning. And another one is pull the plug. Pull the plug can mean not actually pulling the plug from a socket, but it can mean the end, like pulling the plug on something. So those are just some common and popular idioms. Here's a little assignment you can work on. Write what you think each highlighted idiom means. The first sentence says, I knew every answer on the math test. It was a piece of cake. The next one is Rita and Samantha both like to eat olives and read books. They're like two peas in a pod. That's a really popular one if you see two people hanging out together. So the phrase there is two peas in a pod. The third one, I used all of my savings to buy this new video game. It cost me an arm and a leg. What do you think that means? The next one, it was a secret until John spilled the beans. Now everyone knows. The next sentence, I hate mushrooms. I'll like them when pigs fly. And the last one is wear a raincoat and use an umbrella. It's raining cats and dogs. So those are 5, 1, 2, 3. Those are actually 6 sentences, and you can write what you think the highlighted word means. So let's just recap. The first one's piece of cake. The second one is two peas in a pod. The third one is an arm and a leg. The fourth one is spill the beans. The fifth one is when pigs fly. And the last one, it's raining cats and dogs. So if you can take a minute and grab a piece of paper and write what you think those highlighted words mean. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson today. Yep, that's what idioms mean. So have a great day.